České Budějovice is a statutory city in the Czech Republic. It is the largest city in the South Bohemian region as well as its political and commercial capital, the seat of the Roman Catholic Diocese of České Budějovice, the University of South Bohemia, and the Academy of Sciences. It is located in the center of the valley of the Vltava River at the confluence with the Malše.České Budějovice, which is located in the historical province of Bohemia, is not to be confused with Moravské Budějovice in Moravia. History. The city was founded in 1256 by King Ottokar II of Bohemia, who granted its municipal charter in 1265. The siting and planning of the city was carried out by the king's knight Herzog. The settlers were coming from the Bohemian Forest and Upper Austria. The royal city was created as a platform of the king's power in South Bohemia and to counterbalance the powerful noble house of Rosenborg, which became extinct in 1611. In 1256 the Vltava brewery was founded there, beginning a long-lasting tradition of fine beer brewing, culminating in the famous Vltava brewery, founded in 1785. In 1341 King John of Bohemia allowed Jewish families to reside within the city walls, and the first synagogue was built in 1380. However, several pogroms occurred in the late 15th and early 16th century. Since the Hussite Wars, the city was traditionally a bulwark of the Catholic Church during the long-lasting religious conflicts in the Kingdom of Bohemia. A part of the Habsburg monarchy from 1526, Budějovice remained a loyal supporter of Emperor Ferdinand II in the 30 Years' War. Budějovice underwent a short occupation by Prussia during the Silesian Wars, and the war between the Habsburgs and the French army in 1742. In 1762 the Piarists established a gymnasium here and Emperor Joseph II founded the diocese in 1785. In 1847, the production of Koine Hartmouth pencils was relocated from Vienna to Budějovice. During the Second World War in March 1945, Budějovice was twice targeted by U.S. Air Force raids that greatly damaged the city and caused great loss of life. At the end of the war, on the 9th of May 1945, Soviet troops liberated the city. On the following day, the Red Army and the American Army met on the main square in a joint celebration of the city's liberation. Population. The vast majority of the city's population today are Czechs, with 1.15% Slovaks. In the past, the city had a significant proportion of ethnic Germans, who had formed the majority since medieval times. The city remained a German-speaking enclave until 1880, after which Czechs became the majority. Until the end of World War II, the city contained a significant German minority. For example, the ratios between the Germans and the Czechs were in 1,880 to 11,829 Germans to 11,812 Czechs, in 1,890 to 11,642 to 16,585, in 1,900 to 15,400 to 23,400, in 1,910 to 16,900 to 27,300, and in 1,921 to 7,415 to 35,800. However, the entire German population was forcibly expelled in 1945 under the Beans Decrees. Development of the city population since 1869. Geography. Low-lying city spreads mostly in the plains, making it nearly flat in the inner parts with hillier areas in the eastern suburbs. The lowest point lies 375 meters ASL and the highest point at 452 meters ASL. for it is not very well ventilated. Some strong frosts do occur. The strongest frost plummeted to -42.2 degrees Celsius in 1929 in the southern part of Budweis, with lower temperatures elsewhere in the meantime. Nevertheless, such a strong frost is something exceptional, especially outside of valley bottoms. Budweis has cooler and wet inland version of temperate oceanic climate with average annual temperature 8.3 degrees Celsius. There are profound four seasons with murky dry winter between early December and early March, sunny and wetter spring between half of March up to half of May, changing to rainy and warm summer during late May and early September, when start, dry autumn lasting till late November. There is between 1550 and 1,800 hours of sunshine in most years. Beer. Budějovice has long been well known for the beer brewed there since the 13th century. For a time, the town was the imperial brewery for the Holy Roman Emperor, and Budweiser beer became, along with Pilsner from Plzeň, one of the best-known lagers. Brewing remains a major industry. The largest brewery, founded in 1895, is Pivovar Budějovice Budvar, which has legal rights to market its beer under the Budweiser brand name in much of Europe. The same product is also sold elsewhere under the names Budvar and Czechvar, due to legal disagreements with Anheuser-Busch over the Budweiser brand. The American lager was originally brewed as an imitation of the famous Bohemian original, but over time has developed its own identity and attained remarkable commercial success. Anheuser-Busch has made offers to buy out the Czech brewing company in order to secure global rights to the name Budweiser, but the Czech government has refused all such offers, regarding the Czech Budweiser name as a matter of national pride. The oldest and second largest brewery was renamed to Pivovar Samson, replacing its original German name Budweiser Burger Brau during the Communist period. It also exported mostly under the Samson and Crystal labels. Recently, they reacquired naming rights for Budweiser for Europe while offering B. Burger Brau in the US since 2005. Sites. The Old Town preserves interesting architecture from the Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque, and 19th century periods. This includes buildings around the large Ottokar II Square, the Old Town Hall with murals and bronze gargoyles, and the 16th century Black Tower. The most valuable historic building in České Budějovice is the Dominican convent with the Gothic presentation of the Virgin Mary Church from the 13th century. On Puristic Square, the Museum of South Bohemia dates to 1877 and holds a large collection of historic books, coins, weapons and other articles. It was closed for reconstruction in 2012 to 2014. In the new town, the Belipok Austro-Hungarian train station is notable. The horse-drawn railroad line connecting České Budějovice to Linz was the second oldest public line in continental Europe. Constructed from 1824 to 1832, traces of the line can be seen south of the city centre. Nearby České Budějovice lies Hluboká nad Vltavou, with one of the most visited Czech castle, Hluboká Castle. The ruins of the home castle of the Czech national hero Jan Žižka Trocnov are located some 10 kilometers southeast of the town. A bit further away, the town of Český Krumlov is another popular tourist destination in South Bohemia. In 1992, it was added to the UNESCO list of World Heritage Sites. People. It was the birthplace of Adalbert Jarowetz, composer, Franz Schuselke, politician, Otto Pilny, painter, Otto Steinhausel, police officer, Jan Pallas, ice hockey player, Rudolf Tomacek, experimental physicist, Norbert Fried, writer, Rolf Thiele, film director and producer, Haro Senft, film director, Marta Kubasova, singer; Vladimir Remek, cosmonaut; Pavel Tobias, football player and manager; František Straka, football player and manager; Zdeněk Tuma, economist; Karel Roden, actor; Karel Vacha, football player; Jiří Lurch, football player; Jaroslav Modry, ice hockey player; Radek Mina, football player; Stanislav Neka, ice hockey player; Vaclav Vini, crossball, ice hockey player; Roman Lengyel, football player; Vladimira Ulirova, tennis player; Josef Melika, ice hockey player; David Lafata, football player; Vaclav Nedorast, ice hockey player; Filip Novak, ice hockey player; Luka Summer, guitarist and composer; Jiří Kladrubsky, football player; Tomáš Myrtle, ice hockey player; Martin Hansel, ice hockey player. The city is also one of the major settings in the novel The Good Soldier Svejk by Jaroslav Hasek. Budějovice is the setting and was the working title for the play The Misunderstanding by Albert Camus. Transport. Local buses and trolleybuses take passengers to most areas of the city. The city can be reached from other locations by intercity buses and by train. Internationally, a direct railroad built by the Austrian Empress Elizabeth Railway Company in 1871, connecting the Czech capital Prague with Zurich, via Linz and Salzburg, also makes a stop in České Budějovice. The town will receive access to the planned D3 motorway running from Prague to Kaplis. A public domestic airport is located 4 kilometers southwest from České Budějovice, at the nearby village of Plana. International relations. Twin towns. Sister cities. České Budějovice is twinned with